We will get the second group ready now. So let me pause the recording. All right, everybody, welcome back. This is the next group up, which is Recovery Code. Recovery Code. We have our three judges here: Mike McElroy, Margarita Gillespie, and Carlos Saez. After your presentation, we will start the questioning with Margarita on this one. Okay, so if one of you can share your screen now, and then I'll let you know when you guys can begin, okay?
You got it? Can you guys see
I
it?
see your homepage. There we go. All right, so, all right, yeah. All right, Recovery Code, whenever you guys are ready.
Okay. Hi, we are Recovery Code, and we are here to make an affordable solution to counteract losing your everyday items. Our group consists of two sophomores, Chloe Apris and myself, Noreen Fahey, as well as our three juniors, Andrew Krause, Mark Zamricki, and Jeff O'Riordan. On average, people lose or misplace 9 items daily. With these items, people take around 15 minutes a day looking for them. That adds up to 4 days a year and around 295 days in your entire life. This is a ton of time. Not only can this be very time consuming, but can be very tedious, annoying, and even expensive to search and replace those lost items. Our solution is a QR code sticker connected with an online profile which displays your chosen contact information. When Recovery Code is scanned, the person who finds your lost items will know how and where to contact you to return your lost item.
Here's a video of our product.
What do I do? Oh, scan me. Ooh, it popped up. Oh. Oh, look, I got to contact Andrew.
All right. Our product, we have 2 target markets, one being student athletes and the other being busy mothers with kids. Each student in our group happens to be a student athlete, and we find ourselves to be often very forgetful. This includes losing equipment, other teammates misplacing our gear, and leaving gear at other schools. This is often annoying, and you're likely to never get your gear back. This can be expensive and very annoying. For busy mothers, we're talking about mothers that have many kids in sports and activities, always losing their gear. Mothers that are out and about and don't have time to find or replace these missing items, and kids lose things all the time. When it comes to our competition, indirectly we have Tile, and recently with the release of AirTag, Apple. Some of the weaknesses of these products is that they're very expensive, they're fragile, and they're not very versatile. Some of the strengths are these are GPS based, so you know exactly where they are and when they're moved. Our direct competition is a company called Racket Tags. They have a very similar product to ours. It is the QR code, but it's built in with email. So the weaknesses of these are they happen to be very expensive, they're small, and they're limited to email. Some of their strengths is they look great, they're a pretty refined product compared to ours. What makes our product better than theirs? Our product is highly versatile. It comes in 3 different sizes, 1 inch, 2 inch, and 3 inch. And these are able to be placed on almost anything you can think of. Price, we come at a far cheaper option than any comparable product. We start at $5 for 10 stickers. And then customability, you can choose to put almost anything on your customized profile, and we're not just limited to email like Racket Tags is.
Like said before, I mean, the group of people we are targeting are moms and student athletes, because they all have one thing. They're kind of, running around. They're always going to be busy, and it's a lot easier when you're super busy. So we've also chosen a very virtual style of marketing, as the only marketing we do through social medias like Instagram and Facebook, but we also market through an active email list that's filled with people of interest. And for the 2 months we had our website up, we had around 100 website visitors each month. And this is a very strong number considering the little but effective marketing we do. Website, this is the only channel our product can be purchased from, and it's our own direct channel made by us. A major challenge we face because of this is that obviously we only have our customers only have one channel to really buy stuff from. So that could mean a decrease in product sales, but as of now, we believe it's the most effective way to grow as a company. But we want to use indirect channels like Amazon if we grow in the future or when we do.
In terms of our market size, we use the database Statista to get the majority of these statistics. There's roughly 41 million moms in the United States between the ages 30 and 49, as well as 8 million high school athletes. That adds to total serviceable market of 49 million users. And with our frequency of purchase of 2 and our price of $5, that's roughly an SAM revenue of 490 million. For our total addressable market, there's roughly 165 million people between the ages 18 and 65 in the United States. And with our price of $5, our total addressable market is $827 million. In terms of pricing, 1 unit of recovery code is 10 QR code stickers with an account. That's priced at $5. We found this price through surveying and interviewing potential customers. In terms of our cost of goods sold, sticker material is roughly $1.40, and our shipping is 33 cents per unit, which is $1.72 in terms of cost of goods sold. Our gross profit margin is $3.28, and our gross profit margin percentile is 65%. In terms of year one, our first year revenue is roughly $9,000. We estimate we'll have 10,000 impressions by the end of the year through social media marketing, email lists, and flyers at sporting events. Our estimated conversion rate is roughly 9%. We just averaged what the average conversion rates for all those advertising methods through the statistics we found on Statista, which is around 900 purchases this year. With our frequency of purchase of $2 and $5, that's $9,000 in revenue. That means that we'll have a market share of 0.018% the first year. As you can see on year one, we will have a net loss of $1,700 the first year, but we have a high SG&A expense in terms of our insurance. For years 2 through 5, we do show positive growth on the revenue scale, especially during years 4 and 5. We'll achieve this revenue growth and net income growth through expanding into retailers and implementing a subscription-based plan.
After we developed our minimal viable product, we put together 2 tests around the town of Barrington that would help us find our customer segments and if our product interested people. The first test we did was we put a Kindle with a QR code in Cook Street Coffee, and someone did scan it. The second test we did was we put common items around Barrington High School that are usually misplaced, things like notebooks, graphing calculators, water bottles, folders. Next slide. From our tests, we learned that students are willing to return these lost items. We set 6 items all around Barrington High School, and all of them were returned within 24 hours. When we did our second test in Cook Street Coffee, it took 3 days for the Kindle to be found and scanned. With the data that we found that our virtual QR code was efficient and a portable lost and found. After this test, we found that our product would target busy young people the best and young moms with children. Both of these personas are similar because they're both super busy, and with a tight schedule, it can be hard to keep track of everyday items.
Overall startup for our company, really too much money at all. As it says on the chart, estimate that $100 going to permits, $1,500 will be going to legal costs, $522 will be going towards an industrial printer, $35 or $39 for sticker material, $12 for a domain name, $75 for consulting, $120 goes. Our company is going to be very beneficial to invest in because, like I said before, our startup is cheap and we can have a very large outcome. We believe that we're a great group of entrepreneurs that dedicate ourselves to our company and also to our product. We've put in a lot of work and determination these past months with the start of our company, and we do not plan to stop. This could be a great opportunity for our company and the investor. And when the time comes, our company has thoroughly decided that to sell the company to a strategic buyer.
Yeah, so our proposal is $6,000 for a 20% stake in our company at a post investment valuation of $28,000. This the total investment includes the startup costs, the liquidity cushion, and the maximum cumulative loss. But I think this will be where our the recovery code journey will end, because we don't plan on continuing this any further into the summer. Thank you.
Thank you. Remember, with the digital lost and found recovery code, your items and valuables will never be lost for good.
All right, great. Thank you, Recovery Code. I'm not sure if everyone can hear me. I've been getting kicked out left and right here. But why don't we start, I think I said with Margarita, right? So if I'm quiet, you guys can just take over while the internet gets back together for me. Thank you.
So Recovery Code team, first of all, thank you for your candor, being right up front in terms of what your expectations are of this journey. And the team that's in the conference room, for some reason, your camera just went off. Oh, there you go. You're back live. But I do want to applaud the energy that you put into actually executing your MVP, particularly during a pandemic, during a wonky academic year. I'm just thrilled that you guys actually said, we're going to print out our QR stickers and see what happens. The tests that you conducted of leaving a Kindle at Cook Street, your commonly lost items at Barrington High School, I think that's fantastic in terms of what you learned from that. Because I do think, yes, you've got some pretty hefty competitors there with Apple and Tile. But after looking at those products, they are kind of big and bulky. They're not so easy to slip into a wallet. And your QR code might have a different niche, a different option. So I just want to applaud that you actually developed a plan and followed through on the plan and learned something from your experiences. Thank you.
Great job, guys. I wish there were something I could do to convince you to keep going with this. It's like this is really, really good. Yeah. I had a couple questions. One is how should I think about the improvement that the QR code solution represents over, say, just putting my name and phone number on a device on a small printed label? Like what's the advantage to me as the consumer?
Well, as our product will advance with websites and just modern technology, the ability to scan the QR code will eventually allow us to know where that QR code was scanned, as you're able to, with the more expensive version, like subscriptions to these websites, you're able to see exactly where people are going onto your website. So therefore, when somebody scans your QR code, we can directly pin the location where it's scanned.
Got it. And then I didn't notice in your SG&A any costs allocated to actually hosting the data. Then presumably, if I buy the stickers, I have to load up my information somewhere, and then that's what gets retrieved if somebody scans the sticker. Did I miss that, or do we need to bake in some costs for hosting that data somewhere?
For right now, we're putting that data in Google Sheets, but yeah, I think that,
I see.
Yes.
Got it. So for the time being, it's free.
yeah.
Got it. And did the prototype actually, did this end-to-end solution work as shown in the video? Was that a doctored video? Was that exactly how it works?
That's exactly how it works. If you use one of our, we have some prototypes, yeah, they'll go get it right now.
I love how scrappy you guys have been and resourceful.
Be here in just a second. So he's got the actual Kindle that we left at Cook Street Coffee. There we go. So I'll go and scan it. If you can see my phone.
Yeah.
Here, I have to put my password.
Yep. I
It's
see the code. Yeah. Yep.
it's like blaring, but yeah.
Here it goes. I'm with Carlos. I think this is a very attractive product. I realize it's maybe hard to monetize, maybe that you haven't kind of got over that hurdle yet. I can tell you from a different perspective. So I have younger boys. At one point, we were coming home from the airport, and my youngest, well, not the youngest, but one of my sons decided to start playing around with a Nintendo gaming device. And of course, being absent-minded, he didn't put it back in his pocket, and it was left in the cab. Now, fortunately, the cab driver was kind enough to give us a call. His name was on it. But there's a privacy concern as well. I don't want my son's name necessarily or contact information for whomever can find it and potentially reach out to him or my daughter. So I think to the extent that you have sort of an anonymous kind of way for someone who is going to make the effort to kind of do something and then contact, someone, a parent who can kind of mediate that issue. For me, that's, until my children are older, I think that's an attractive thing. Not so concerned about the water bottles and stuff like that, but as these kids' technology grows and they're getting more expensive things either through school or, whatever, I think it's a nifty solution that you guys, and I don't use nifty very often, but I just.
Yeah, I'm with you, Michael. And if it's a Yeti, that is worth tracking down.
Yeah, Mike, I think what you're touching on is perhaps one way the product could be enhanced or the service could be enhanced as if it worked a lot like Craigslist, where users can't really email directly. It all goes and it gets, only recovery code knows the email addresses where the contact information where folks should be going. And but at any rate, this is great end to end. So really think about it.
Yeah.
You could really do something with this. I would buy it right now.
Cool.
Not the whole business, but I'd buy the stickers.
I would as well. And in your startup costs, when you had put in the funds for an industrial printer, I would just use existing printing options now and use that money towards marketing or something to get more users or to apply to your site so that you can have offer greater value to customers. Because heck, anyone can get things printed at BHS in the printing center downstairs. You just pay for it. And I think last time I looked, it was 11 cents a sheet. So there are other options.
Yeah.
And I'm with Carlos and Michael. Think about this. You've got a really simple to execute valuable concept. Might work.
All right.
Congratulations, guys.
Well, thank you,
Deb.
board. Thank you, Recovery Code. Great job. That will conclude this first round of presentation. So our next presentation, guys, is not going to be until 11:07. So if you guys want to hop off and come back, that's fine. I'll leave the video open. Actually, I don't know if I should. Maybe I should restart my computer. So I'll probably do that. So I'll probably close it down and then you guys can jump back on after. Okay, guys? Thank you, Recovery Code. Thank you, board.
All right, thank you.
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.